Hey, what's going on, guys? Chris here with DIY E65 E66.com, and I just want to talk briefly right now about a open recall on the 7 Series BMW. My car is the 2006 E65 750i, and there is an open recall on my automobile right now. You might want to check with your service advisor at the dealership upon your exact year, make, and model. But for the 7 Series 2006 E65, there is an open recall. And that open recall right now is the brake booster, and that could potentially affect braking system later down the road, the advisor told me. Now, let me go through a couple little details here. This is going to be my service advisor here, but after doing research, guys, this is the brake booster. They're going to replace the line and the hose, and it is a faulty part, and it is the vacuum supply line they're going to go ahead and replace. Now, after doing some research, some of the guys on the forums state that some of these guys are getting the full, shebang. These guys are getting their vacuum hoses, their brake boosters replaced, their lines, topping off fluids with a flush. I mean, these guys are getting the total shebang, right? Others talk about they're just going in and replacing the line and the hose, right? That's on the low ball side, right? Because if you're going to keep your car for a long time, well, that part might go faulty later down the road, and the brake booster is not a cheap part. It is a very expensive part. And so you got to be careful about that. Now, let's go ahead and go through a couple little details here. And some of the details are, now if they check, they're going to go ahead and check my systems, my brake booster, etc. If they find faulty parts, they would submit to BMW of North America to get permission to replace. I called 2 dealerships in Orange County, California. Alrighty, guys, so I went to the dealership to turn in my car earlier today, and I've had this beautiful car for just a couple hours now. But I was hoping that they were going to put me into most dealerships, unfortunately, do not have the new 7 Series Ford loaner cars. And actually yesterday, before I even went to the dealership today, I saw a loaner car by the same dealership I went to, and it was a 5 Series, so that's what I was hoping for. But I got there at 1 o'clock. I guess all the loaner cars go out in the morning, so I'm not completely disappointed though, guys. They put me in a beautiful, now a loaner car, they put me in for free because BMW, it is an open recall, which means it's their fault, which means it would be the same thing as if it was under warranty. They would put you in a loaner car. So it's pretty much like a rental car, but a loaner car. Now, I got lucky, and they actually had 3 cars left. They had an X1, a diesel 3 Series, and then a full-blown sport package 3 Series, which I'm in right now. And so let me take the phone off the cradle here and kind of show you carefully here. But my good old service tech there over at Crevier BMW, his name is Gary, hooked me up with my recall service, and my other boy hooked me up with this beautiful 3 Series, fully decked out. We got the Navi all right there with our radio. Beautiful. We have our, air conditioning and all that kind of stuff here, like the normal 3 Series. This is brand new, has 6,000 miles on it. The dash is amazing. It's 81 degrees Fahrenheit in Southern California here. Very hot for the beginning of April. So we're in summertime already. Here we have the sport shifter here, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Great looking trim here, guys. But the best of all, look at this red interior right here. Look at this bad boy right here. This is unbelievable. I'm really stoked on this, guys. Red stitching on the steering wheel underneath right here. Sunroof right here, of course, with all the bells and whistles right here. I'll do more of a review on this car, but the handling is unbelievable because it's sport mode. Paddle shifters right here. So definitely a fun car to play around with for a day. Check out the back here. We've got a big, beautiful back seat, all red right here, guys. Just gorgeous looking right here. I don't know how to pronounce this exactly, but the stereo hits amazingly. Has heads-up speed dash display right there. I'm going 52 miles an hour. Beautiful car. I am really Really excited about this, guys. They hooked me up for free, of course, because the recall was their fault. Now, regarding the recall, guys, this again is for the brake booster. And I did call 2 dealerships. I called the one in Irvine and I called the one in Santa Ana, Crevier BMW. And I chose Crevier because they already hooked me up with an appointment, loaner car. I called the other one regarding what exactly they're going to be doing for the service. And after calling regarding what they're going to do for the service, they stated that they're just going to replace the brake booster hose and line. Some people report on the forums getting their vacuum pump, their actual brake booster, everything replaced. Their, flush of the brake lines. I mean, they did the whole thing. Regarding my paperwork, they just said that they were going to, actually, which is actually a really plus, they were going to fix my tire pressure malfunction. So hopefully they do that and not just look at it and write it off. But they initiated stating that they're going to replace the recall. Now, once they get in there and if they see any oil has leaked into the brake booster or anything like that, that's the whole reason of the recall. There is a leakage of oil. Then they're going to go ahead and contact BMW of North America, find out, hey, we're going to go ahead and replace these parts. You guys are going to pay back our dealership. Okay, go ahead, let's do it. So I will check back in with you guys after I get my car back and let you know exactly what they did. But so far, so good. I'm definitely stoked on Crevier BMW and my service guy, Gary. And so we'll hope for the best, and hopefully they replace more than anything. Now, I am having a problem with my ABS module. I did ask Gary, I said, hey Gary, is there a reason why? I asked him, I said, is there a possible reason that maybe my brake booster gave my ABS module a fault? That's why I have those, the trifecta of yellow lights. And Gary said, well, probably not, but I said, hey, kind of joking around, if you want to go ahead and get on in there and do some extra tinkering, on BMW's tab, hey, I'm more than happy to do that, because if that doesn't fix it, which it's not gonna, the brake booster has nothing really to do with the ABS module, but I will go ahead and have to repair that. Unfortunately, not myself. It's very technical, so I'm gonna have to send that in to get that repaired. So I'll give you an updated video on that, guys. But I will check back in with you when I get my car back and let you know exactly what transpired. But I'm also gonna have another video kind of doing a full review of this car. This is the 335 2014. Alrighty, guys, talk to you soon. Alright, guys, so I got back from the dealership and I had a great experience with the 3 Series Sport that they allowed me to have. Now, check this out. So they called me up. It was supposed to probably be done in about 6 hours, but my service advisor again said, hey, it's probably not going to be done today. I turned in my car at 1 p.m. and I was thinking, well, if I get a phone call this afternoon, I got to go back the next morning or arrange for a lunch pickup, have it for about 24 hours. Well, I actually had it for 48 hours. I had it for 2 whole days, and it was awesome. My wife and I, we went to the local beach and just chilled, had fun, drove it around. So it was definitely a cool couple days to get away from my kind of bigger luxury car. I love the car, but a little sports car was really cool. So anyway, let's get back on hand to the campaign, the recall. So this is my original paperwork here, and this is what they were going to do right here. They were going to do, they were going to perform the brake booster. That's the campaign. They were going to check the tire pressure. They were going to do a 30-point inspection, and of course the loaner reserved, free loaner car. Now let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what they did, and let's take a look at the paperwork here. Now my information's up top, so I'm just going to fold it in half right here, and we'll go ahead and take a look. Now, what they did is they did a lot more than I expected. Now, as I said, a lot of people were fortunate enough on the BMW forums to report having the full shebang. Full shebang means everything you could possibly imagine regarding this, they replaced. I was one of those people. I'm definitely stoked, and let's go ahead and go over some of the things that they did. Alrighty, right off the bat, we see up here, perform SIB 340110 brake booster. Brake booster is contaminated with oil, so mine was contaminated with oil. And so replace brake booster, master cylinder, and brake booster vacuum hose. Note SC parking brake and engine light are on. That's due to my ABS module. And then the recall that's going to happen, which I'll make a separate video about another recall. Anyway, so let's go back to it. So they replaced a lot of stuff, guys. I had a brand new, let's see here, I don't know what this is, PKE 65 N62. Well, of course, that's my engine and my E65. SI B340410, that top one. I don't know what that one is. It says under warranty, but that's recall. Next one was brake fluid. They did a full brake fluid flush. I'm really stoked on that one, guys. It brakes, a lot cleaner. I did my high performance. Well, the only worry, I did my nice high performance brake fluid change. It's been probably about a year or so. So that's about a year quicker than I wish it would have been done. But hey, if they're going to do it for free, I might as well. But they did put the stock BMW brake fluid in instead of my race fluid, so it's all good. All right, next, brake servo unit, the third line right there, brake servo unit, and that was replaced as well. So that's very interesting. I'm not sure exactly, obviously that's the servo unit, so we'll move on. So they also did the brake master cylinder and the hose clamp, and the seal brake booster, and the vacuum pipe. So they did a lot, guys. Total parts, $0 out of my pocket, guys. Really stoked on it. Tire pressure, they made sure my tire pressure was legit. It says they did a 30-point inspection, but they didn't tell me anything I needed to do because, probably because they looked at my car and said, hey, it's legit except for the engine light and parking brake from my ABS module. Anyway, turned in the loaner car. Everything was fantastic, guys. Great dealership to work with. This is my first time ever servicing my BMW ever at a indie shop, a dealership. I do everything myself, as you guys know from all my videos. So a part of you is like, oh my gosh, hopefully they take care of everything. Hopefully they don't do a decent job, but they did a really good job, guys. The car feels great. Really good experience. Got a complimentary water, free car wash along with it. Plus, really cool to ride around that car, that 3 Series for the day. So overall, guys, that's exactly what they did with my brake booster recall. Some of you guys will only have, the hose and stuff like that. That's under the recall taken care of. But again, mine had contaminated oil, my brake booster. So they did the full shebang. My guess, just off the top of my head, I want to say this is probably $1,500 worth of stuff. But guys, if you guys think it's more or less, please comment below. I want to say $1,500 to $2,000 worth of work if I would have paid to have this done, probably easily. So that was all taken care of for free from the recall. So call up your dealership, guys, if you have not done your recall yet. Go take care of this, because worst case scenario, guys, you might lose your braking, and that could potentially be fatal. So take care of this recall, guys. Can't state that enough. I'll go ahead and try to have some links of some of this stuff so you can read more about what this stuff is in the description box below. Hope you guys have a great day, and that is the recall. So I'll be back with another recall, the passenger airbag sensor video, probably after this one. Take care, guys.